that. Well, I'll show it to you on some other stuff. So I wanted to show you because I want you guys to do this. I don't want anyone to spend money they don't have to spend. But if you have the means, buy some of these parts, and practice soldering. It's an awesome skill to have, right? So here is, if you type in soldering gun into Amazon, well, you got soldering guns like this that are like, straight plug-in style ones, or you can get powered soldering guns that are spectacularly awesome, right? You just command the heat. Don't buy this. It is junk. I have one in the garage. The solder's good, though, but it's junk. So you look and you can see that you can buy a soldering gun for $10, right? You don't have to buy a real expensive one. $10. All right, so try to pick one up. If you buy one of these $40 ones, you will love them. Love them, love them. They are great. I've had my same one forever. I had to replace the cord because the cord shorted out, and I'm still using the same one, right? So if you come into here on Amazon, here's your rosin core solder, right? Rosin flux paste. I'm sorry, not solder, but flux. Right? So you can even buy kits that come with solder and flux. But flux is wonderfully cool. Right? And you can see your solder here too. See tin lead rosin, rosin core. You want to make sure it always says rosin core. Everything does. Right? Over here on Amazon, we have solder. Right? So if you type in rosin core solder, you get it. Notice how thin these are. These thinner ones are awesome to use. Right, over here we have crimp connectors, right? So you can buy a kit that's got a whole bunch of these different things, and you'll find some of these are unshielded and other ones have like a collar around it, like you see these over here. And that's just so, it's insulated. You can't accidentally short out on something. But you can see tons of kits. They have all this kind of stuff. You can see a crimper there, but I have crimpers over here as well. Right, so these are upgraded. These are fantastic. You'll love them. Then you got wire strippers, right? So you got strippers here. You'll grab the wire, you'll squeeze the handle, and it pulls the insulation away, exposing the wire underneath, versus wire strippers like this. Now here, so if you look at this one, let me click on that. This little divot here, this little divot, after I crimp the wire, I squeeze that little divot into my crimp point, and that puts a little dent in there that completely locks that connector on. It can't slide off, even if your crimp is weak. So I crimp, and then I stake, and I use that. All right. So there's a lesson for you. This is my very first video I've ever made for anybody. What I want you to do is, after you view this, look for the quiz. There'll be a quiz for this video. You're obligated to do it. You have a week. I'll always expect, give you a week, because then you can choose when you watch these videos and when you do it. But naturally, after a week, I'm moving on to the next thing. And I may put these videos on there sooner than that, so they're there for you. But it takes a while. You can see that this is an hour long, and I've been sitting in my basement for an hour doing it. The other thing is, under this video, there'll be a discussion area for comments, and I want you all to do it. That's how my attendance will count. If you join in that conversation, I consider you here. Naturally, if you don't, then you were absent, right? Since I can't see it, this is how I'm doing it. So make sure you do it. I will also, in announcements, indicate what homework I'm assigning and that kind of stuff. So make sure you check the announcements for what's coming next. All right? I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you learned from it. Okay, thank you. Talk to you soon.